Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Saturday. Today we are doing no contact. So, are you in no contact with someone? I am. There's some people in my life that have decided, apparently, that being in current contact with me is not to their highest good. I don't necessarily agree or understand when this happens, but I have started to respect it because I realize that some people have to make certain choices that place them in isolation for a while. And so today, I really want to support those of you who are either at the, you've put somebody into no contact and they may not be respecting you, or you yourself are in no contact and you're wanting to know what's going on, what to do next. So, welcome. I'm Catherine. You have, oops, you have found your way to Fish Out of Water Tarot, where I love to help people who I have a little bit of social anxiety, a little bit of feeling out of place. I want people like me to feel more comfortable when you need to be separate from someone for a while. So, welcome. I am glad you are here. Let me grab my coffee and I will draw our first card. So, my leading card is always about family because I am a grandmother now. And when it comes to being able to understand our family and why they have taken certain steps to choose differently from our life, they make different choices. And sometimes, in order to be your full self, you have to turn your back to someone that you love. And that's what we're talking about today. I pulled these two feathers here just because birds of a feather flock together. And I just have the sensation that those of you who are going to be listening today are coming here for that special touch, some sort of magical aha that will help you understand why it is that you are in separation from your person. Okay? So, oops, there's our first card. Beautiful. And also, I'm just going to bring this other pairing into the scene with these two broken stars. Can you see that? That they're broken, they're cracked, and they make an interesting couple, don't they? They don't exactly match, but they're together in their brokenness, and so many times that's true. Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome to the call this morning. I'm so glad to have you here. And those of you who would like a reading, if you've been here before, you know all you need to do is tell me something that you love about your life today. Even though you're not with your person, that there's something about your life that's going well. And then as soon as you add that to the stream, I will be happy to draw you a card. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this beautiful Two of Swords that we have. This is the overreaching energy for today's reading. So let me get this into sight. I was taught that each sword has a meaning here. And notice how she's covering her heart, right? It's a perfect card for today because one sword is about anger and the other sword is about fear. And a lot of times when people pull you into no contact, it's because they have anger and fear that they are not even aware of. And for whatever reason, you and your personality seem to touch them the wrong way. That when you were authentically yourself, they were not authentically themselves. And you know what? That's nobody's fault. Look at this beautiful red dress that she's wearing in this particular depiction. The red is the color of um, the root chakra. And when the root chakra is out of balance, you can feel like you are very alone. And many times we can start to expect that another human is going to fill in the gaps that we missed when we were a child. So a lot of people do suggest inner child work when it comes to getting over something. And so this could be what's going on for today's readings. Now I'm noticing my flames started to jump around. And whenever the flames are jumping, it just shows me that there is energy enlivened about this. So if you have anyone that is not speaking to you right now, family, friend, or lover, understand that part of what's going on is that you are being tied up by choices that were made when you were a child. Okay. So this is our overall energy for the day. And I feel like I want to add, I just want to pull this card and set it. Oh, yeah, that'll work. I wanted to set it up here. And just so that we can remember as we go through today's readings, that if we can come to grips with our childhoods, we become better lovers. So, oh my goodness, welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. What we're doing today, yes, I am absolutely here to draw cards for you. Ms. Mimi, I see you, Amrita. And so, all you need to do is tell me something you love about your life. And don't make it about the person, because you know what? I know there can be disappointments about people, believe me, but there's other things that are going well. Today in Tennessee, it's about 20 degrees cooler than it was last week. I'm not even kidding. So when I took my walk this morning, I was overwhelmed with gratitude because of the fresh air. So add something to my stream, help me make the happiest stream on YouTube, and I'll draw you a card. So Amrita, it's been 2 years. Okay, okay, interesting. So when you're holding love and you're not sure what's next and they're not communicating to you, that can be really difficult, right, Amrita? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to shuffle through my deck. Here's my pretty little deck, and we're going to ask for cards to jump because that to me, oops, there it is. Okay, so Amrita, here is your reading. And we have the star card. Okay, interesting card for you. Let me just pull it up so you can see it well, Amrita. All right, so what we're seeing here is there is some healing going on in either one or both of you. If you met 2 years ago and you are still waiting for something to develop, it's important that you realize that you have a foot in two worlds. Okay, so this, if we could see her feet, hold on, let me look closely. Yes, if we could see her feet, we would see she has one foot in the water and one foot not in the water. So it does look like there's an unequal devotion here, that healing is part of it, but you guys are in two different worlds. It's so important that you really evaluate the time you're spending while you're waiting for your person to make a move, because time is ticking by, tick, 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 right? And so, as you appreciate that you've known this person for that long, make sure you're very honest with yourself with the future. It looks like a conversation about how serious they are about you would be very healing. Walking with one foot in each world is kind of exhausting. So, I would say with a 2-year-old relationship where you're not sure, it chances are it's more of a friendship than anything deeper. There's a movie and a book out there that's called He's Just Not That Into You. And I would say she's not just that into you. Either way, the fact is that if things are not growing fast enough, you have to accept that and start looking around for other ways to fulfill yourself and give this person a chance to be their total self and release them if that's what's necessary. Okay? Interesting card for you, my friend. Interesting card. Okay, so Miss Mimi, um, I would love to draw a card for you. I'm always looking for people who are appreciating everything and everyone. Varsha, I see that you're here. Tanzanite, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Tanzanite, I haven't seen you for a while. Let's draw a card for you. So at this point, as you hold a person in your mind, Tanzanite, you're out of contact with. Okay. So, and all those of you who are watching, welcome. I'm Catherine. Glad to have you here. I'm going to be reading for about 50 more minutes. And if I don't get to you, please understand, whoopsie, that the message may come through somebody else's card. So this card jumped right out of the deck, Tanzanite. So let's take a peek at the Five of Rods. Okay, so what we notice here is that there's a lot of conflict, right? See all the conflict? However, if you look at their faces, these are not angry faces. These are faces of people who are competing with one another, but more like siblings. Okay, so I'm having a sense, Tanzanite, that this might be about your siblings. Has there been a particular sibling that's been on your mind? Has somebody been trying to reach out to you? It appears that one or both of you got hurt feelings thinking that conflict was somehow bad or evil, not realizing that conflict is normal. I always think of lion cubs playing, or I once saw a video where there was a gorilla, and the gorilla was watching it was a father gorilla was watching his baby gorillas play. And one of them got too rough with the other. And the father got up and kind of whacked the naughty one on the side of the head and indicated, not too rough. And a lot of times we grow up in families where there's no real good referee system, and people have gotten hurt even when they're tussling. So I would say, Tanzanite, kind of inspect your family in your mind. And if there's someone that you miss or you want to connect with, you don't need to reach out in person if you're not comfortable, but I strongly recommend writing a letter to them with a pen and a paper, a letter that you don't intend to send, but a letter that connects with their spirit being. Okay. I have several brothers that are living all over the country, and we don't see each other that often. And I feel like I want to follow my own advice today and reach out to someone who I haven't talked to for a while in the invisible world. Okay, Tanzanite, there is your card. Let me just check and see. Aretha? Oh, I love that you were on an office break. That's great. Varsha, loving the sunsets when the sky kisses the beach or the water. Isn't that true? I love that you said that because sunsets are so beautiful. And I will tell you that one thing I discovered over time was that sunrises are also very exciting. And sometimes the universe is calling you to shake yourself up when you're looking for going to the past. Okay, one of the little videos I released today was about telling us a new story and really recognizing that the past needs to stay in the past. And for some reason, Varsha, I'm sensing that for you. But meanwhile, let's just go ahead and let's pick Varsha a card about this Capricorn. Okay, what does Varsha need to know about the Capricorn? That no contact is painful, isn't it? I've been there. And one of the things that I suggest is to pray for and bless your person, even though you're not speaking to them, to allow them the freedom to be apart from you. Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups for you. And I noticed these feathers blew a little bit as I was shuffling. So I like the fact that the feathers moved. Again, I'm seeing and feeling movement for us today. I don't know a single person, no lie, who doesn't have a no contact going on in their life somewhere. It's just so common. So, Varsha, let's see what we have for you, this beautiful Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups to me, it is the card of fresh, new love. But I am getting a strong intuitive hit that this is about self love. I feel like this is like the Holy Grail, another word for it. And you know, the Holy Grail was apparently the cup the chalice that Jesus used in the Last Supper. And so it's like the deepest core spiritual part of ourselves. Many of you know that I teach about this, and that your inner being, your divine self, is represented by this larger figure because you are more spirit than you are body. And that your personality and the part of you that wants to be with that Capricorn is the small part of you, the personality. And so I feel for you, Varsha, that universe is asking you to do some personal, like be a detective, be a detective for your own self and see, is there a deeper connection with the divine that's available to you? Many times when we are separated from someone like your Capricorn, that we have loneliness, we don't know where anything's going, like our love is just shooting out of the cup and it's falling anywhere. There's no real purpose. But during these times of isolation or singleness, it is your chance to introduce yourself to spirit and ask your inner guidance to simply introduce itself to you. See the little dove flying so far above. That's a poem. What I suggest for you, Varsha, is to take your thinking and just switch it. Switch away from worrying or wondering about your Capricorn and go into yourself in a deep way. Discover what it is that the divine is calling you to. I can't help but see these water lilies that are floating, right? It does look like there's potential for you, but not if you keep your eye on the Capricorn. Because as Abraham Hicks teaches, nobody wants to be somebody's everything. And chances are your Capricorn's feeling like you are wanting from the Capricorn what you should be getting from the divine. All right. I feel like there's something so exciting coming for you, Varsha. Stay open. Okay. What a wonderful reading. All right. So, hi, Mohit. Welcome. Glad to see you. Vicky, so glad to see you too. Love that. So, as you give me something that you're grateful for, I love to do these readings. I'm kind of trying to read the notes as well, but we always have to add something you love about your life. Wow, Tanzanite, isn't that something? So I feel like this reading was very clear for you. You may want to go back and listen again. Thank you for that confirmation. Hi, Manu. Welcome. Hey, Sophia. Sophia loves my readings. Thank you so much. I love your being here, Sophia. And Varsha, yes, I hear you. It is quite difficult to wake up. However, it will pay off for you in a big way. The card, if you want to take a look at the little readings today, I put one out called You Are Golden. And that You Are Golden reading, I think, is exactly for you, Varsha. I think that there are people around you right now who can love you just with their eye contact. Okay, take a look at that reading. Okay, Miss Sophia, let's see what the universe has for you today. You guys who are just joining me, you don't know me, I'm Catherine. I love doing readings for no contact because I live in no contact willingly with some people. As I'm a grandmother now, as I mentioned, and my children are adults. So if they go through pockets of time where they need to be separate from me, I want to accept that completely because if they need or want my advice, I want to be a soft place for them to fall so they always know they could come to me. Okay. Thank you guys for, whoopsie, for adding. Oh my goodness, I just singed my card. Sophia, I just singed my card. Wow. Okay. Isn't that something? Wow, that's never happened before. So it shows me, Sophia, that, hang on a second, that was profound. Okay, let me take a breath, and you take a breath too, Sophia. Okay, dancing too close to the fire, Sophia. Dancing too close to the fire. The Chariot is a card of movement. Okay, so whatever's going on with your person. All right, so this is an important reading. I just want to take a breath. For some people on the call today on this video, as you watch this, you're going to know that it's you. There has been a sting. There's been something that's happened with your person that stung you, and it stunned and stung you like a bee, where you felt hurt and misunderstood in a major way. But what's happening is that your person was just moving too fast. They were pushing, they were in a hurry, and it didn't feel right to you. All right. And so just being able to soften up and trust that your inner being, your guidance, is pulling you to safety. All right. There's something about how quickly that you were moving did not work for you. Hear Murphy barking in the background. He goes, no, no, no. And so if you feel a sting, if you feel like something isn't right, it's usually because we have these two parts of ourselves. We have a positive, loving, believing, hopeful side, and we also have a side that's been covered in the pain of our past relationships. Pain and disappointment can be a real, it can just turn off the switch for our loving magnetism to create a new partnership. So, Sophia, in the description box, there's a, a little website. It's called the Soulmate Generator. And I strongly recommend you take a peek at it because it will help you take some of the sting out of those past relationships. Okay. I feel for you. I feel for you because I understand it can be really hard to go through these things. But when you look behind the figure, look at it's a village. There's houses back here. There's people that live in the village that are content and moving forward with life. So as you pass through this archway, pass through the healing that you need, you're going to feel more connected to people. Okay, Sophia? Wow. I can't believe I singed my card. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Varsha. Oh, Mohit, thank you so much. Mohit, what are you grateful for? What's working out super in your life? Hi, Silent Lover. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I love your name, Silent Lover. Make sure to no fire starters. Thank you, Tanzanite. Can you believe that happened? On all these readings, I've never had that happen before. So I feel like that's part of our message today, to accept the sting that goes along with love. Okay. So let's see here, Silent Lover. I would love to read for you. All you need to do is add something that you love about your life. Hi, Asmita. Welcome. Fran, I saw you the other day, Fran. I don't know if you asked for a reading, and I'm sorry I missed you. How are you doing, my friend? I'm so glad that you're here, and I would love, love, love to draw you a card for our what in the world do we do? We've been ghosted by somebody. We've lost track of somebody. Oh, you're so welcome, Sophia. I'm putting my hand on my heart right now, just as a signal and a hug for you. So add your hands to your hearts, everybody, and just know that I am here for you. I wish I could read a card for every one of you. I'll do the best I can. But in order to get a reading, you just need to tell me something you love about your life right now. So, Miss Fran, let's see. I'm going to stay far away from my candles so I don't singe another card. Murphy! Thank you guys for being patient. I never know what's going to happen during my readings with my dogs and oops, oh my goodness. Too many cards popped out, Fran. Have you ever thought of getting a private reading, Fran? The cards are like wanting to take a dive for you. Okay, anybody who's interested in private readings, you can find all the details at manifestfaster.com. It'll explain exactly how to work with me. Okay, Fran, here is your card. Oh, Fran, I can see that the situation that you're in is got you paused, right? There's a pause going on. And as I know, there is, let me just take a peek at the picture. Okay, so a couple things that pop out at me. One is the fact that we've got this castle behind, and the castle's on the edge of a cliff. Can you see that? And then the ocean is over here. And then right down here, all of these swords, they kind of look like a castle. It reminds me of Russia, you know, when they have those, the buildings in downtown St. Petersburg, I think it is, where there are all those colorful rooftops and all of that. And so, what I'm seeing here is that there can be a tendency, Fran, to allow our pain to become beautiful to us. Okay, where suffering becomes kind of a mission, especially when you've had a great loss. This can be a time when it can just pain you so much, especially if you're completely out of control with why the person has ghosted you or why they have left your life. This card means to me it's just the pinnacle or the peak of the pain that we feel when we're getting into a little bit of. I'm going to say something here that may be hard for everyone, but I just want you to bear with me when I talk about poor me energy. I actually woke up this morning with this idea about the poor me syndrome. And what is the poor me syndrome? And what does it mean? Some of you guys may have heard about the lucky girl syndrome, and that's something very fun to listen to, those meditations. What is the lucky girl syndrome? It's when everything starts working out to your benefit. And what fights it is the poor me syndrome, meaning your circumstances have been very, very difficult, for sure. And there is almost glory in suffering. I don't understand it, but I have a little bit of it myself because surviving something hard is glorious, but we want to survive without making a castle out of it, without making a life statement out of suffering. So for you, Fran, what this is saying is to don't hesitate to open your eyes. Don't hesitate to see yourself as free of this pain. There's a quote that says, pain is inevitable. Pain happens to every human, but suffering is optional. It may be for you, Fran, that a grief group could really benefit you. In fact, I would say that to everyone who's watching me right now, and thank you for tuning in. Grief groups are more than for people who lose someone in death. Sometimes you could visit a grief group, no kidding, and you could just say, look, I lost a relationship with someone and it feels like a death. Would you mind if I sat in and listened? And they will welcome you because getting over something you cannot control is very, very challenging. So, Fran, accept where you are, but don't make more of it than it is, okay? Interesting reading for you today, Fran. Okay, looking forward. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Tanzanite. Thank you so much. I agree with you 100%. Okay, so I'm going to just make a little bit of a change here. Okay, okay. Um, Tanzanite has been close to me and is stepped in, and so I've asked her if she would become a moderator so that she could kind of help us be connected here. So thank you for that, Tanzanite. Oopsie, hang on. There. Okay, and back to here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're waiting for people to have a gratitude, something they love about their life, and I will absolutely pop in with a reading for you. Meanwhile, I'm going to do one for the collective. So anybody that's here and somebody has left your life or deserted you in some way that was hard for you to understand, let's take a peek for you. Okay. And we have the King of Cups. So those of you who are waiting, who are hoping that your person that you're in no contact with, that person will reach out to you. You are looking at your person as if they are God. All right. Now let's take that in. I know we're all divine beings, right? Yes, we are. And that, but when we are in our divinity, we are at our best. This is how I use this figurine, because I use it to remind myself, just as Abraham Hicks teaches, that I have an inner being, a divine part of myself that is always in calm, always loving, and always supportive to me. My personality is the part of me that becomes afraid, nervous, and actually, my personality is the one that experiences the anger and the fear that can keep my heart closed. Now, why is this important with the King of Cups? Because the King of Cups is not God. The King of Cups is a representation of emotional maturity. So as you're in separation from your person and you see all those blue skies behind, the blue skies are behind, and there's a part of you that thinks your life is not complete without your person. How could God expect you to go forward without your person? Blah, blah, blah. But what you're missing is that your person is not God. They're a fellow creature with you. And if you depend too much, when you depend too much on your person, that you can cause them to shrink. You can cause your person to have this reaction where suddenly they're holding up swords at their heart and they're saying no more, because they feel your desire, they feel your need for them, but they don't understand it. So, in this time of singleness, the smartest thing you can do is to start practicing loving kindness. I love that term. Start practicing loving kindness with everyone else except your person. When you're walking around the block and somebody wants to pause and say hi to you, pause and say hi to them. When you go into the coffee shop, look into the person's eyes who's making your coffee and thank them for being there early that morning. As you start to practice gratitude and you start to love strangers, you're going to be shocked how quickly you will shift. If your person is meant to come back to you, they will come back to you, but not if you need them to be more than they are. Like I said, Abraham teaches no one wants to be somebody's everything. That's exhausting to put on people, okay? All right, so um, it's so true. So Tanzanite just made a very, very good point. I personally went through a serious illness myself, and it did interrupt the relationships that I was having at the time, because people didn't know what to do. They didn't know if I would live or die. And so the fact that I stayed living seemed to confuse some of the people. But I'm so glad that I'm still here. And practicing gratitude is the way to get through these difficult times. If you would like another reading, thank you, Tanzanite. I love having you as a moderator. It means so much to me. I appreciate the help. We just remind people to add a thank you so that we can really keep building the momentum of gratitude. Anybody else want a card here? This one just popped out. I wonder who it's for. I'm just going to read it for the collective because it was a busy little card and wanted to speak up. So, somebody here, this is your card. And it is the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Wow. This is a blessing for us, you guys. Look at that rabbit. The rabbit is the sign of fertility. So, those of you who are really wanting to have a family, let's just talk to you for a minute. If you're under 30, okay, if you're under 30 and you have been waiting for an ex, okay, so if that's you, hit the thumbs up. But I feel like there's people right now who are under 30 who are waiting for an ex to return. And you've been putting a lot of energy into it. You've been focused on it. You may be a manifester and you're listening to um, videos like this one, and you're talking to your friends, and you're working very hard at figuring out how to get that ex back. All right, so let's take a look at this card. Let me look up here. Ah, the cool thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that her energy is all around learning how to nurture things and learning how to, what's that other, cultivate. I've kind of fallen in love with the word cultivate because that is a word we use for plants, where we cultivate our garden. And we cultivate our garden by pulling out the weeds. And this rose bush that's over her head, some of you who are gardeners know that roses are fussy plants, okay? They're fussy plants that need to be cared for in a specific way. So, what this message is about for you, you're under 30, you've been waiting for an ex for a while now. The universe is telling you to pause. The universe is saying you need to work on cultivating your personality. All right. There's something about your personality that people don't understand. In fact, you might say to me, Catherine, people misunderstand me all the time. I, I'm not needy. There's nothing in my energy that's needy, but people kind of run from me. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See the mountains in the background? The beautiful violet mountains. Violet is the color of your spiritual chakra. So if you are still waiting for an ex, it's very important that you evaluate ex- exactly what you think you want from that person. Be very honest with their personality. Be very honest with the flaws that you see. There's a lot of settling energy that's wanting to come around you. A lot of, well, I guess this is okay. Well, it's not perfect, but he was nice to me, or he remembered my birthday, or she always was sweet to me. But if it's not enough, you need to turn away from it and walk forward, okay? Because if you do want to have a family, I don't blame you, families are wonderful, but you do have childbearing years, and you do need to make something right so that you can attract someone who wants to have a family with you. A lot of times we end up with people who are the opposite of what we're wanting, and that can end up in this situation where all of a sudden you're holding your arms across your chest as if to say no. And yet there's a part of you that definitely wants this, to be embraced, to be held, to be important to someone. But if this is the energy that's going on for you right now, it shows that your brokenheartedness might be holding you back. Now, there is a great blog. I say that because I happen to have written it, and it's called breakupcandy.com. Breakup Candy will give you some resources for how to get over a breakup. If you can just allow it to fizzle, if it's meant to come to life, it will. If your relationship is meant to last, it will. But you can work on your, thank you so much, Tanzanite. You can work on your own self concept as you're going through. Now, I will tell you, and Tanzanite, I don't know if you know this too, but sometimes people are afraid to ask for a reading because they don't want to be seen as a loser. People go like this. Oh, wait, wrong way. People say L is for loser, and there's a L on my forehead if I need a love coach or if I need someone to help me find love. And so sometimes that holds people back. So, because of that, I'm going to continue to draw cards for the people I feel are here because they want to move forward. They want to feel loved. They want to feel like they matter. They want someone to call them up or text them and say, how are you doing today? Right? So let's pull a card. If you'd like a personal card, I'm here for you. Add something that you love to the stream and I will pull a card for you. Okay, what is our next card? Oh, thank you. Okay, I love when the cards pull out. So here we have another wonderful card of success. All right, so somebody here, I see, ah, That's so that you know what? I deal with that all the time, Tanzanite, where people just feel like it's something wrong to ask for help, and it's never wrong to ask for help. But this is good news. So whoever is holding their person in their mind, and you happen to be watching this, things are working out. Your person misses you so much, and they are ready to trust again. All right. What shows me here, first of all, the wands are or the rods are the color, excuse me, the suit of our passion, our desire, and our true heart. So there's no question you have been growing up. You are not the same person as when you met this person, and they are starting to feel a real hunger. They want you to know what's going on in their life. They've had some kind of achievement and they don't feel right not sharing it with you. Now, right now, I have 14 people and 14 thumbs up. Very interested, 100%. So I'm feeling like this is 100% going to happen for you. Whoever this is, as you continue to allow, I really feel like for you, I see these lines going out from the sun, and I see them as lanes, like lanes on a freeway, where you have learned you can't be everywhere all at once. They don't want too much of you. They want just the right amount, okay? And so, as you learn to stay in your lane, and sometimes, my friend, you need to bite your tongue. I have had to bite my own tongue because I have seen things in my relationships that I don't like, and I have to accept. So, I have to say to you that, may I give you an example from my personal life? One of the my neighbors here in my little neighborhood tends to complain a lot. They tend to tell me about all of their body pain, all of their doctor's visits, and it's just normal for them to do that. And so what happens is that as this happens, um, it turns me off. It takes my vibration, and my mood goes right down, boom, when she starts talking about her health problems. And so I need to learn to not talk back to her and try to talk her out of her mood. It's not my job to talk her out of her mood. And so see the smile on his face? Even though there's people here who are still suffering, see the person? That person doesn't look so happy, just like the lady that walks in my neighborhood. But the reality is, I can shine and keep my mood. So if you're watching this and you're waiting to get reconnected to somebody, it's happening. They miss you and they really want to share something important with you. I am tickled pink to bring this message to someone today. This is fantastic. Okay, so let us move on here. Anybody want a reading? All I need is a positive, something that you are feeling positive about. Even you, Tanzanite, I could pull you a different card if you want. But anyone who puts in something positive, something they love about their life, I am right here, right now, to read you that card. You've been put into contact. What's next for you? Oh, I'm going to sip my coffee here for a second. Thank you for being here with me on this Saturday morning. I'm loving this time with you. Mm. I was I was thinking that I would like to put the timestamps in for this one because I'm just sensing that some of the people that are listening are going to want to go back and listen again. So, what else do we have? Okay. So, right now in my mind, I'm holding someone that I think is over 50. So, I think that there's a listener who's over 50, and there's a child that you are not in contact with. Okay, let's see. So this reading is for someone that is over 50-ish, and they are concerned for a child. Look at this face. Doesn't this say it all? When you have adult children, it can be very difficult. Oh, you know what I just thought? I think you may have an adult child who's been blocked by someone. You may have an adult child who has lost a relationship or is in a no contact themselves. Okay, kind of an unusual feel, but I'm seeing here this wonderful energy of the Nine of Rods, which is a what's the good resilient. There's so much resilience and passion and desire locked up in this card. This is a card of I will not give up. This is a card of determination. So let's pull this in for a second. Let's all take a breath. I'm really sensing that this is a reading for someone who is out of contact with their own child. If that resonates with you, hit the thumbs up, okay? Because, or are you a child, an adult child out of touch with your own parent or an adult relative? I just feel that so strongly on this card. I think that both of the parties are very stubborn, but it's been good for them because their stubbornness has helped them survive. In fact, that's one of the toughest barriers to overcome when you have to make tough decisions, tough love, and you deeply care for the person. I can't help but see these gray hands that and I realize that they're gloves, but I feel like they have this, there's this grayness of even poor health, or there's, I keep feeling like there's death around this, and that the decisions that you have had to make feel like life and death decisions. And this is a very powerful card. You're working towards resolution. When we get to the Ten of Wands, there's immense relief because the solution is in sight. So, whatever's going on here with your adult child, or if you're an adult child separated from your own parents, understand that what you're going through is completely necessary right now. It's nothing wrong with it. Let me give you a couple of affirmations. Even though I don't understand this distance that I'm feeling, I'm willing to trust the divine to figure it out for me. Even though I'm not sure how to close the gap between me and my adult child, the fact is I am determined to stay available to them no matter what happens. Even though I have no idea how to connect with my family member, the truth is I know what I need to be healthy in my life, and I'm going to find a way to balance everything. It's just so important that you keep realizing that tough love is an essential part of healthy relationships. And the last thing I want to point out is that behind the figure, can you see all the rods are laying parallel to one another? And that is my message always for staying in your lane. So right now, if you're watching me, go ahead and put your right hand right on your chest. Allow yourself to feel yourself breathing a little bit, would you? You all by yourself. Let's take a breath. And one more, please. When you're breathing, you're alone. Isn't that true? When you're breathing, you're alone. So when you start seeing 11s, when you see 1111, allow that to remind you to stay in your lane. Chances are that your person of no contact has resented you a bit because they sense you're in their lane all the time. Okay? What a reading. I need that. I needed that reading. Do you know that's why I started doing readings, you guys? Hey, Kane, my friend. The reason I started doing readings years ago, a gazillion years ago now, is because it would make sure I drew cards for myself every day. Because the point is that this beautiful art that's in my deck lifts my spirits and allows me to think of thoughts that are building things, not tearing things down. Okay, so Kane, I would love to do a reading for you. Tell me something you love about your life besides your mom, besides your other person, and besides your job. Okay? Think of what in the heck. Welcome. I'm so glad you're back today. Remember, we want to be adding to the stream the things about your life that you love, and preferably not about your person who is a no contact. You'll get your card for your no contact person, but what can you tell us that you love about your life today? Okay, shuffling away here. And as I'm reading, I'm just feeling drawn to read, okay, for people. Oh, I have a person, I believe there's a person watching me who has, oh, thank you. I love that. Thank you very much. Because I do wish for serenity for you guys. I really do. But let's see, I'm feeling there's somebody here who is a service member. They've been a member of the armed services. There's a soldier or a previous soldier, or maybe your parent is a service member. But I feel like there's somebody here right now who has brokenness because of the service somehow. Maybe, oh, maybe you're actually serving and oops, there's our card, and you're away from your family because of your service. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I am so jealous that you're. Oh, no kidding, Kane. Oh, I am jealous, jealous, jealous. And I will read you a card in 1 second. So, this card is for somebody that is in the service, formerly in the service, but I'm feeling like the brokenness you're feeling with your person is because of your work. Okay. And let's see here. Oh, no kidding. Six of Rods comes out again, and it jumped out of the deck. This was the card I read last, right? Or 2 cards ago. So the fact that this card wanted to leap out of the deck when I felt the energy of this person is super important for me. What I'm seeing here is that this is a service member, right? Look at the helmet. I didn't read that the first time through. But as I look at it now, he's definitely, I mean, he's got his wands are the signs of his achievements. He is definitely being honored. The wearing the red cloak to me shows me that this person, that you have a healthy respect for your family of origin, that as you serve in the military, that your pride in the job you're doing is fantastic, but it really does hurt, doesn't it? It hurts because you're away from your person. It's hard to accept. Maybe your pay is not as large as you want. And you wish you could send more money home. You feel like no matter what you do, you're disappointing someone. Because if you are worried too much about people at home, then you're impacting how you're doing your job. And when you're at your job, you feel like you're deserting your person at home. So, the first thing I want to tell you, please, please listen. Your people at home love and respect you. They are cheering for you. They want to encourage you to keep doing your job because they're doing better than you think. Um, I want to say, young person in the service, I know you're worried. I know you carry fear, but you don't need to. The divine is surrounding you with the support you need, and the divine is surrounding your people at home with the support that they need also. All right? So definitely be just watch your desire to worry. Now, in the description box, there's something I call the worry cure. The worry cure works. It will help you to reframe your thoughts. For example, even though these are a few affirmations that might be helpful, this reading is particularly for someone who has a loved one serving overseas in the military, or you are in the military. Okay, even though there's parts of my life I cannot control, the truth is I know I'm doing the right thing. Even though I need to complete tasks that are difficult for me and separate me from my family, the truth is I'm trusting God to take care of my family. Even though I want to be home with my family and I don't want them to feel abandoned, I choose to believe that my family supports what I'm doing. Okay, wonderful reading for someone in the military. Okay, so now I see I have some thank yous, and you guys, you have no idea what a blessing it is for me when y'all come back and I don't even need to say anything to you, you know immediately to thank the universe for something because it really makes a difference. Now, those of you who are here and have not tapped the thumbs up yet, Do you realize that when you tap the thumbs up, it brings your energy into the vortex of what we're doing? You will feel more connection as you reach out and interact. Okay. So, what time is it now? It's my hour is almost up. Oh, I hate when the hour gets up. But oops. Okay. So here, this card decided to toss itself out. And I think, let's see, I just want to make sure that I'm in the right order. Yes, Cain. This card threw itself out before I even called your name. So this reading is for Cain. So, Cain, I don't know if you were here in the beginning when we talked about this was our overreaching energy for the reading today. And so I'm just drawing it to your attention. You may want to go back and watch the beginning of the reading again, because what we're seeing here, I'm so sorry. What we're seeing here is the same woman. See? And you see the red because we talked about the family of origin. And we also talked about previous life experiences bringing us anger and fear. And that when anger and fear, when that energy is alive in your relationships, it causes you to be blind. It causes you to be blind from all of the other humans that you see every single day, Cain, that would love a drop of love. Got it? And so when you make eye contact with people and see the beach is here. So as you're walking the beach, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, I did talk about poor me syndrome, and I have to start talking about poor me syndrome because that is the syndrome where people don't see their own value. If you have poor me syndrome, you every time you look in the mirror, you say poor me to yourself, and that is no good. There's not a person in the world that finds that sexy. Okay, poor me is not sexy, no matter what. So, learning while you're walking the beach, learning how to release those swords and drop them to your sides. Your arms are exhausted. Now, Cain, I do tapping. I do tapping sessions. I'm starting to do a tapping group. I'm in the middle of organizing it. Totally suggest that for you. I do add to the community on my channel. There are tapping experts that I add. So you just can tap on any of those and listen because tapping releases this. Tapping will, I guarantee you that tapping will melt your resistance to the future in love. Without some sort of energy work, that there's a part of you that feels disloyal to let your arms down. And I've lived through that. I'm 71 years old. I've been in love a couple of times, and when they ended, it was not easy for me, but for sure it was time to move on. But it definitely took time and energy for me to trust and to let those arms down. And if I were to be very honest with you, I would tell you I'm still pretty careful. And that's why, for people that are much younger than me, I really want to reach out and help y'all understand how to get connected. So let's take a look at your card, Cain, which is this Queen of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups came out early. Tanzanite, I think you were here. So if you are so inclined, Cain, I'm going to put timestamps in here today so that you can go back easily and find the Ace of Cups because I think it'll be a powerful reading for you. But when I look at her, though, she doesn't look overjoyed, does she? She looks pensive. There's that word pensive, meaning she's filled with thought. And also, she's next to the beach. But when we look at the water, look at the beach, the water's upset, isn't it? It's got lots of waves and ripples in it. So for you, what this shows me is that when it comes to someone that you want to be in more contact with, they're going through a lot. Your person, whoever it is that you're holding in your mind, it could be a family person, could be a friend, but this person has a lot to consider. Something's going on in their life that they don't understand, and they're needing to pull in. One of the things about the Queen of Cups is that she has one fatal flaw. There's something about a Queen of Cups personality that can hold you back from love. Okay, would you like to hear it? I would love to tell it to you. The Queen of Cups cares for everybody else more than she cares about herself. So, in a relationship, this can get way out of balance because it becomes difficult for them to speak their truth. Now, when I look at this, see that blue, and look how stiff that looks, her collar. And she's almost put a guard on herself to speak truth. She doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And I sense that about you, Kane. I feel like you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but you need to speak firmly. You need to speak with truth, and you need to speak what you need in a relationship. Once again, I do think that tapping would be so helpful to just remove this stiff barrier to recognizing and acknowledging what it is you really want in your person. There is a spark of life that's right in front of you. I believe you do hear spiritual wisdom when you're walking the beach. And so your homework, Kane, is to make eye contact with two or three more people this week than you typically would. Look them in the eye and just nod. You don't even need to speak if you don't want to, but start engaging with strangers and showing them love. Okay? A nice reading. And also, don't be surprised, you guys, if you feel resonance with somebody else's card. That frequently happens in our readings. Okay? I see I'm running out of time, but I don't want to stop because I know I have a couple other people to get to. So I'm just going to keep going. Guys, send me energy. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up so I know you're with me in heart and soul. And let's go on. Mahak. I love the strength given by God to fight with the hardest time in my life. Oh my goodness. Right while I was reading that, this card popped out for you, Mahak. So thank you so much. So when it comes to Mahak and what it is they're needing to understand about no contact, let's just go into our card and see what we have. And we have the Eight of Swords. Again, this is the second time the Eight of Swords has come out. So let's take a look. I'm going to just look. Okay, so what I'm aware of here that I did not pick up on in the last time I read the card, which so happens for me, you guys, the energy you bring to the cards changes the reading for sure, because I'm aware of two things right here. Number one, I'm aware of that curl that's hanging in at her chest, and I look at the hook. It forms a hook. And so I really feel like, Mahak, there's something that you feel that's like a thorn in your heart, that is a hook, and it's coming from your mind, that there's a thought that you're thinking that's dropping down into your heart and it's hooking your energy. Well, and then I look down here and I see this hand, and see how the hand is reaching that red sash around her waist. So I feel for you, Mahak, there's something going on around your family of origin that's in between you and your future. There, you are tied up. You definitely have energy that's being I want to say the word stolen. There's energy being stolen from you because it with this we only had two swords, but here we have eight of them. And it's time for you to sincerely consider what's not working in your life. What is it that's not working? That if you could see her feet, you would see that there's no rope on her feet because she can walk. She can. But something inside of her makes it seem like she can't, that she's stuck. And she's reaching for that red sash. And the red sash is not going to free her, is it? It's just part of what she's wearing. So for you, Mahak, you have more power than you think to walk forward, even though your situation is difficult. Take a breath. Even though I don't know which way to turn, the truth is I'm learning to depend on the divine to help me. Even though here I am listening to a random woman on YouTube, the truth is I have a strong desire to see the truth and I can handle it. Even though it's been a tough time, there's a part of me that just won't give up, and I'm trusting the divine like never before. Okay? You have more power than you think you have, Mahak. Be sure, please be sure to check out the worry cure. It's right in the description box, and I know it will help you. Okay? Powerful reading. And that card has come up twice today. So it's something you may want to go back and watch that first reading again, may have a blessing for you. Okay, let's see. If anybody else wants a reading here, Kane. Hi, cute girl. Welcome. I'm so glad. Hi, Harmeet. Welcome back. I love the growth which the universe is guiding me to achieve in the highest good for all in my life. Thank you, cute girl. I just want to read that again. I love the growth which the universe is guiding me to achieve the highest good for me in my life, which is so exactly the right energy. It's right where we need to be when we are considering someone who's out of contact. So, right now, cute girl, let's go ahead and allow yourself to recall someone who's out of contact. Could be a family member, could be a lover, could be anyone. And I will allow our cards to deal themselves. And also, cute girl, we do have this Two of Swords energy that's like as our background today. And that's the card that really asks us to choose to let go of anger and choose to let go of fear. All right. So let's see for our cute girl. Here's our card. Ooh, Queen of Wands, Catherine's favorite card. Well, I do love the Empress also, but I do love our Queen of Wands. All right, so let's look here. The first thing that I'm aware of here is that cat. How content does that cat look? And it kind of looks like a fat cat. Very content. So, cute girl, I'm reading you as extraordinarily confident. I think anybody that names himself cute girl deserves that. But I think that what might be going on for you is that you may seem unapproachable. You may seem so confident, you may be blonde. You may feel so confident and secure in your own being that yes, you would like a little bit more love, and yes, it would be nice. You might be one of those that says, well, I'm not sure I want to have a partner, but if one shows up, I would love that. Because if you don't feel that way, then you need to know you're coming across like that. You're coming across like you don't need anybody, cute girl. Is that true for you? Is being seen as a happy single, is that okay for you? A lot of times when people come to me and they want to do tapping to find a soulmate, for example, they really want a soulmate and they want to try tapping to make that happen. And so we're talking together, and I said, do you realize that you are an expert at manifesting singleness? And my person will say to me, no, I'm not. I'm not manifesting singleness. And I'm like, oh, yes, you are, because look at your life. Your manifestations are what the seeds you planted years ago. So if you've had fear about having intimacy or fear about trusting someone again, you've created a life that radiates, I am fine without a partner. So, cute girl, important for you to realize this. Now, what does it mean? Let's say you're content as a single and you wish you had more connection with your family. It's the same thing. You're coming across as if you don't need anything. And it's not that we want to be needy, no, but we want to be sincere about inviting energy in that will build our life. Now, for me personally, I've lived like a gypsy. I lived in Mexico for 4 years and I loved that. Can you imagine moving to Mexico in your 60s without knowing anybody? Yeah, that's me. And my family did not understand very well why I did that. And so it's caused some issues. But the point is, I was called and I did what I did and I do what I do. So if I need something from my family, I need to find a way to be clear about that. I can't expect them to read my mind. Okay, so cute girl, amazing independent energy here that I'm feeling for you. So I would love to hear from you. Tarot info please at gmail.com. If you don't mind writing to me and letting me know, is this you? Are you Miss Independent? I would love to know that. So welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. We're reading for our no contact this morning, and in order to get a reading, super fun for me to do that for you. You just need to add something to my stream that you love about life, because gratitude is the magic. Gratitude has caused me to grow, even though I've been through such difficult things, and that's the theme here. So let's see who else is giving me thank yous. Vivan, welcome, cute girl. Nice, nice. All right. And we see, oh, you're welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And I think you're going to really enjoy that time on the beach. Is the one on my mind fully coming back to me? Hey, Rashika, welcome. Welcome. Yes, oh, Mahak, thank you for acknowledging that's accurate. This little deck, I don't remember the name of it. I just love it. It has the best art, doesn't it? And Rashika, I'm happy to draw a card for you. Remember, when you guys are grateful, I'm drawing cards for you. Also, if you're new here, thank you for subscribing. It means the world. And also hitting the thumbs up. We want to invite as many people as need this reading to find it. And that helps YouTube publicize it for me. Okay. Thank you guys. All right. So, Rashika, welcome back. I love your energy on the call. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your gratitude. What message? Now, hold someone in your mind, Rashika. Someone, family, friend, or lover who you are not in contact right now. They've been on your heart or on your mind, and you're just wondering, how are they? What do I do next? What's going on? Okay, here's your card. My dear Rashika. Oh, by the way, you guys, I do have a WhatsApp community that I'm building right now so that I can get to know you guys better. So if you're interested, all you have to do is email me. I'm happy to contact you and let you know how to join my private community. Okay. There's no charge for the private community, by the way. Okay. So we have the we have the 10 of Wands here for Rashika. Rashika, this is really good news. Now, some of you guys who've been here every day, you're going to notice that I say different. It's like I did not do that other reading. The information will always reflect what's coming in the cards. Also, I look at these readings almost like energetic selfies, where in this moment, this is what the energy is wanting you to know. And so, anyone who's watching this and you don't even know how you got to this channel, if something I say resonates in your heart, you may get goosebumps, you may yawn, but your body will give you an indication that this is your card also. So, Rashika, look at what I see here. First of all, can you see the dawn in the future over the purple hills? Remember that purple is always the symbol of our divinity, it's the symbol of our sacred self. And Rashika, you've been here before. You know I teach about this figurine in this way because my belief system, the whole reason I do these readings, is that I do believe that all of us have an invisible and powerful part of ourselves. Shockingly, could be 95% of you. Think about that. 95% of you is divine and invisible. And 5% is our little bitty personality that's worried about this and hateful about that and resentful about that. Remember that we are all cracked eggs. You know, we are all wounded because of life. We have struggled and suffered, every one of us. And as we allow our cracks to shine and we're not embarrassed by them, we celebrate our broken pieces because we're healed. Then we really start to trust that inner being, because the only time you feel badly is when you forget that you have inner guidance waiting for you at any given moment. So, with our 10 of Wands here, our 10 of Rods, what we're seeing is an older person coming to their destination. Okay, so this shows me, Rashika, there's a part of you that really is tired of carrying the burden. There's a part of you that, even though this particular relationship has had its drama over time, a part of you is exhausted and wants to have resolution once and for all. So even though you may not be as old as the figure on this card, the reality is the part of you that's upset is this old, and you are ready to lay those burdens down. It's feeling very appealing to you. Now, right now, I have a lot of pressure in my upper chest here. I'm just going to reach for my coffee for a second, take a drink. I put a little cinnamon in my coffee today. Yummy. I think in the past you may have had some difficulty speaking your truth. I think that it's improving as you're maturing, because I'm looking and I see this little blue. See the tiny blue on his cuffs? So I feel like that's been really the last thing that's developed, is your ability to speak up for yourself in a relationship. And now that you have skill in that area, you're so close to the destination. Okay, so check out, if you haven't yet, check out the Soulmate Generator. It's in the description box below. And whether you are currently in a relationship or you're looking for a new one, using the Soulmate Generator to just refresh your story, be able to take any complaints that you have about your person or any heartache from your past breakups. If you can honestly look in the mirror, in the bathroom, go in the mirror, look in the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, I am 100% finished with all of my exes. Okay? Try it. Look yourself right in the eye and say it. I am 100% clear on all my ex relationships. If you can't tell yourself the truth, you can't say it, then go to the Soulmate Generator, or you can email me. I will tap with you. But the idea of removing obstacles is what it's all about for you, and you're almost there. Okay? Very cool. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Kaspars. Welcome. And going down, grateful. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad, Rashika. Rashika says that she doesn't have any questions. She just wanted to be here to be part of it. I love that. Thank you so much. It means the world to me for you guys to feel the growth that I'm sensing, and allow yourself to release anything that's holding you back. Okay? Cute girl. Oh, cute girl. Aha. Hey, listen, if that independence is biting you in the butt, email me, because I have solutions for you for sure. And I do have my community on WhatsApp now, and I there's a library there. There's also a place where you can ask any question you want. And so if you're interested in belonging to my group, just do send me an email. That's the gateway. And when you send me an email, I'll be able to invite you into the group. Okay. So cute girl, Rashika, Vidya. Oops, sorry, I lost my thingy here. Hold on. I pushed the wrong button. Okay, good. And Vidya, love your kids. I love your kids with you. They can be frustrating sometimes, can't they? Mhm. Okay. All right. Vidya. Oh, interesting, Rashika. Whoopsie. Okay, Vidya, your card jumped right out here. I'm just going to go for a few more minutes. But I love that y'all are hanging out. If you know, as long as you hang out, I'll try to hang out as long as I can. So, Vidya, we have this beautiful High Priestess energy. She looks so serious, doesn't she? The energy of the High Priestess is a listening energy. It means talk less and listen more. Very simple message. Talk less and listen more. When I look at the look on this lady's face, I see the energy of potentially could be your person or your partner that you're wondering about, the no contact person, because this does have emotion, doesn't it? She looks like she's sad and she looks lonely, doesn't she? But she's the high priestess, right? And the high priestess is a role that is super important. And so as she's watching you and watching what's going on, I believe she wants for you to find your divine connection, Vidya. I think she's looking lonely for you. And I think that the divine is calling you to some sort of, I'm thinking the word retreat, some sort of spiritual retreat or spiritual, oh, like a vision quest. Yes, there's something going on for you, Vidya, with your doing some sort of vision quest or a search for your spiritual heart. You're right between light and dark. You're in the middle of a difficult situation, and your inner being is calling you to dive deep. So, if you become tempted to chase your person or to act toward your no contact person, please stop. There's something in your energy demanding a spiritual reconnection. Like, you know how after a storm, the electricity can go out? Well, that's kind of what I'm picking up here. That the concern on this face has to do with your inability to connect to your divine being. Does that make sense, Vidya? There's so much hope for you here because the high priestess is extraordinarily powerful, but she always listens before she speaks. Okay? Really powerful message for you, my dear Vidya. And I have a feeling you're not the only one who is going through something like that. All right, so looking forward here. And Vidya, I hope that you have your reading. Um, Yeah, I'm not on Instagram. I mean, I'm kind of on Instagram, like this much, like a baby amount. But I'm really, you guys, for me personally, I'm working on my life, work-life balance because I realize that I realize that I've been working too many hours and I need to trust the divine that people will know how to use my channel and that I won't need to overwork. And so I appreciate all you guys who are who are here to receive these readings. It's just been fantastic. I'm going to read one Gano. So, oh, Gano, I'm so sorry. Even though you've been crying all night and even though you're feeling really sad, what we do here is we add something that you love um, as even though you are so sad, what is happening in your life that's positive? Okay, even though you wonder your boyfriend's current feelings, take your mind and your heart and put it towards something that you're grateful for. Now, you guys, some of you know I got mentioned in a book. The book is called Thank and Grow Rich. And I did not plan to be in that book. It totally happened as a manifestation. And the lovely woman, Pam Grout, who wrote the book, included my story and my website. So I have attracted tons of people from all over the world because I got mentioned in a book. You never know what's going to happen in your life, and gratitude changes everything. So if there's any more gratitudes here, I am totally cool to give readings here for a couple more minutes. I see my phone is starting to drift into needing a charge. So I did pull a card here. Oopsie, nope, I pulled two. Anybody who's grateful, thank you so much. Tanzanite, I don't know what I would do without you. Let's all throw thumbs up for Tanzanite. Everybody, heart, heart, heart for Tanzanite, who stepped up and is one of, there are 4 people right now who are helping me with my channel. And last month I had nobody helping me. So I am moved to pieces by how the universe is helping me. I see you, PC. I'm just waiting for a gratitude, okay? Okay, so what we'll do here is I'm going to draw a card for the collective. Hi, Jessica, welcome. So here's our card. Okay, so right now I feel like I'm reading a card for someone who is a teacher. Okay, I'm not sure about that. It just feels like that to me, that there's somebody here who's an educator, who's a teacher. And I feel like this card is for you. Okay, so here we have our Eight of Pentacles. So if you're a teacher, you may be having a problem with some finances because teachers don't get paid a whole lot, or you may be feeling a block at work where you're just not getting the support you need. There's something here that is frustrating you. But when I look at this face, this is such a content face. I love how the cards in this particular deck are so expressive because here, this is our card for the day where we have two swords. One of them is anger and one of them is fear. But if you look at her face, she's very content. So I'm sensing for this teacher that could be reading or could be listening right now that you are learning about keeping your boundaries. You're learning about being able to do your work with contentment because many careers have frustrations. And when you're at work, oh, this could be what's happening. When you're at work, you do need to block your heart. There's things going on at your job that are just not great for you. Okay. And I can totally understand that. I'm a teacher, I'm a former speech therapist, and then I worked in grade schools helping children learn to speak. And I know that there were things I saw on my job that were very hard for me. And my heart was tender towards the special ed children, the children that needed special help. My heart was bound to them. Like right now I'm holding, oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, I'm holding this crystal to my heart and I'm just like crisscrossing it because it's true that in certain professions, like in nursing or in teaching, you must protect yourself because the people that are suffering around you are uh, are sincere and you cannot fix their pain. You can just help them in the pain, okay? So with the Eight of Pentacles though, there's this glorious energy of achievement. There's a glorious energy of enjoying the process. So for you, just know that you are such a busy person. You're busy with your life, you're busy with your career. Yes, you would love to talk to your person who is in no contact with you, but you're also realizing that they are living their life the best they can. I sincerely support you. I feel like you are in that place of understanding that focusing on your career right now is very important. So, any of you who are asking for readings, this is very important because I have talked to a lot of men. And you know what men tell me? The number one thing men tell me that turns them off about women? It's because they're all looking for wallets. People have told me that across culture, that one of the things that frustrates them when they're dating is that the person wants a wallet. So this is not sexy. This is not appealing. Neediness is not sexy, you guys. So working on your own career, working on your skill set, look at that. It's like he knows a secret. It's like the more they work on their skill, the more confident they get. And confidence is absolutely a love magnet. When someone loves their work, when someone is not complaining, how fun is that? Would you want to be with yourself on a Friday night? Are you at home alone on a Friday night and you're not happy? Well, if you don't want to be with yourself on a Friday night, why would anybody else? Right? So, this is a call for you to keep working at your skills. Allow your person to be themselves, and they will give you a sign if they want to ask you to marry them. They're certainly going to do that. But if they're not asking you today, turn inward. Look at your own relationship. Okay? So, so important. So, I wonder if we have anybody else here with thank yous. It looks like we might be finished. Beautiful. All right, darlings. Thank you so much as we approach 90 minutes. I just love y'all. I hold y'all in so much regard. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you've spent your time with me this morning. Getting more love on the planet is what we're all about. And really starting to understand these no contact people. And even though it sucks to be in no contact, totally, it's just awful. The reality is it's a time for growth. All right. So I'm going to pull one more card for everyone, for love, for this Saturday. And then I'm going to get busy. I'll put up the timestamp so you guys can go back and listen again. And do email me if you'd like to be part of my WhatsApp community, where you can step in a little bit closer, get to know me a little bit, and just let me help you more deeply. I have an Ask Cat department in the community. You can ask me anything you want, and I will answer all questions when it comes to how to manifest better relationships and more connection. Okay, so let's just pull one more card. The deck seems to be quiet. Maybe it knows we're done. Let's see if we have one more card in case anyone wishes for a reading before I hang up. Thank you again, Tanzanite. You have been such a blessing to me today. Everybody throw hearts for Miss Tanzanite for being here. Come on, deck. Give me one more card for today. One more. The deck might be saying, oh, thank you. I thought maybe there was one more read. Let's see. Okay, so our last reading today, and we have, this is for everyone that's listening right now. This is your card, and we have the Ace of Swords. Oh, yay, I'm so glad to finish this with this card because this is a victory card. Look at the wreath. This reminds me of the Olympics. They're going on right now. It's August 10th of 2024, and the Olympic Games are going on. There's a lot of victory being celebrated, right? They're counting up the medals. And this is all about, look at all the white and silver. So silver medal. There could be somebody who's in the Olympics who's watching this reading right now who won a silver. No kidding. Who knows who comes into these readings? But this is a signal of something brand new coming. Brand new, something very exciting, a change of your mindset, an ability to receive deeply mentally. This light, look at the beautiful three streams of light flowing from the divine. There's so much new energy coming around this idea of no contact. I'm going to be doing more readings about it. I want to teach how to deal with it. If somebody you love has put you in the deep freeze, they do not want to talk to you, what are you supposed to do? Right? 2121. What are you guys supposed to do right now? You might want to Google up the number 21, spiritual number 21, because that's being repeated right now for us. There's something very special coming for you. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 streams of energy flowing to you from the divine. If your person is supposed to be your person, if your no contact is supposed to be your person, the only thing you can do is sharpen your own view of yourself. Sharpen your own view of who you are to this person. Remember, this figurine speaks everything to me. It shows me that we have an inner being, this inner being part of us that's invisible, full of love for us, and patient with us. Then we have our small personality. That's always, look at how she wants to turn around and look backwards, but like the inner being is embracing her and holding her forward. The only time that you feel awful, lonely, discouraged, and disconnected is when you forget that you have inner guidance that's even bringing you to this reading right now. Remember that in relationship, you always have two broken humans. I love these crystals. These are howlite. I love them because you're not supposed to howl at the moon. You're not supposed to howl in grief. You're not supposed to howl because you're miserable. No, we celebrate our broken spaces so that we can go on and become a really high value partner to someone. So if you like these readings, hit the subscribe. I'm going to come back. I'm feeling very drawn to this topic, and you guys today have been so supportive of it. So go forth and prosper. Have an absolutely beautiful day. I will be putting timestamps so that you can go back and check these readings out. Very powerful. Go on and let me know what's going on for you. How would you love to see these readings develop? What is it that you want to hear? I will pull cards for you. Okay, go forth and prosper, my dear friends, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, tomorrow morning we're doing fairy readings. So anybody who loves the fairies, and I know that's you, Tanzanite, I will be back in the morning doing our weekly fairy read. Okay, go. I love you guys. Have a beautiful weekend.